After God rescued his people from slavery in Egypt, led them across the Red Sea on dry land, and performed many miracles along the way, God told Moses to choose spies to go into Canaan, the land he had promised them. These 12 men were to find out about the people, the cities, and the land. So the spies explored the land and found that it was as good as God had promised. But they also saw some things that made them afraid. After 40 days passed, the spies returned to the Israelite camp. They told Moses the land was good and described the fruit they saw there.
The grapes were so big, 2 guys had to carry them between them on a pole.
Great, let's go. We can't go. There are giants there so big, we look like grasshoppers next to them.
Yeah, and the walls around the cities are so high, there's no way we can defeat them.
By the time the 10 spies finished talking, the giants seemed even bigger and the walls around the city seemed even taller. But 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, remembered that God is with them and he can do anything.
God is stronger than any giant. He will help us take this great land he promised to us. Let's go.
But it was too late. The people were thinking about giants and walls more than they were thinking about God. They started freaking out. In fact, they forgot that God was for them and started wondering if he was against them instead.
Did God bring us here just to let us be killed by giants? Let's go back to Egypt where we were safe.
Yeah, and Moses led us out of here for nothing. Let's pick another leader.
But the land is good as God always promised it would be. Don't turn away from God now.
That's right, with God's help,
we can't lose. Don't be afraid of a bunch of silly giants. Hey, was that a rock?
That's right. The Israelites were so angry with Joshua and Caleb, they wanted to stone them to death, just because they stood up to the crowd and spoke the truth about God. God spoke to Moses. He was angry. He couldn't believe the people had forgotten the miracles he had done for them when he rescued them from Egypt. But Moses begged for God to forgive the people. God heard Moses and forgave the Israelites. But they wandered in the desert for 40 years. 1 year for every day the spies had been gone.
Are we there yet?
And out of all the Israelites, only 2 men lived to see the land God had promised, Joshua and Caleb, who stood up and had great faith in God, even when they were standing alone.